Hi friends, Briggs Wallace here. How many of you have this feeling like you never belong anywhere? Well, I know that myself and my clients often struggle with this idea of wanting to belong somewhere. And what is that feeling and how do we deal with it? Well, belonging is really the ego that's not good or bad, its own perceived separation from self, right? So we try to address that perceived separation since the ego can't remember its connection to source with filling it with people around us, with family, with friends, with community. And that's not necessarily bad, right? But wherever we go, we are, right? So if we don't feel like we belong and we go to a new environment, then no matter who's there, no matter what family or friends are there, we still won't feel like we belong, because the belonging that we're looking for is deeper than just the people around us, right? And so where can we find that? How do we find that? Well, I know my process was profound, right? I have had this wound since I was little, feeling like I don't fit in. I'm weird, okay? You guys know it. You've seen the videos. I'm not like everybody else. I'm always on my own path, right? And we all are. And we all have this feeling of we're not like others. We don't understand where we're going. We're trailblazing. We don't even know where we're going. You grow up and everybody decides that you're an adult. Well, I'm not an adult. I'm just a huge kid blundering around still. I mean, who are we kidding, right? Well, why don't we just allow ourselves to be? Why don't we just allow ourselves to be in progress and imperfect, not perfect, right? As much as I'm technically an adult and I do a lot of adult things, I'm allowing myself and that inner child to be nourished by saying, it's okay that you don't know where you're going. It's okay that you don't feel like you belong right now, right? And so how do we all find that feeling of belonging if it doesn't come from other people, if it doesn't come from the right job, if it comes and then it goes? Well, we tune in to the thing that is the most stable, and that is the love of source, right? Whatever you want to call it, God, Great Spirit, Allah, whatever floats your boat, it's there for you, right? That's where you belong. I'll never forget. I was hiking through the woods thinking about how I live in a different town than my family. And man, it had me twisted in knots. Not only that day, but pretty much every day. Okay? And I thought, if I could just live near my family, and if they would just live somewhere freaking cool for once, or come to me, then I could feel that feeling of belonging. I had been gone for 20 years, lived in a different town, was the purple sheep across the country, and hadn't been around them for a really long time. So I'm hiking through the woods, still not with my family, thinking, I wish I could belong. I wish I could belong. And I heard Spirit tell me, you belong everywhere. You belong here. You belong there. And I realized what it was sharing with me was that my connection to source is where I belong. That's the only thing that's not transient, right? If I tune in to the one thing that is the all-encompassing, bigger power, higher power than me, then I can belong in its arms because it also created me, right? So I don't belong here or there. I belong everywhere. And belonging isn't something that someone else can give to you. Belonging is something that you give to yourself. You give yourself permission to belong, right? Because if you need everyone's permission when you walk in the room to belong and to have value, man, you're in a spot. Because sometimes they'll give it to you. They might cheer and rejoice once you get there, but sometimes they won't. And sometimes they will for a while, but once you fall out of their favor, they may not. And so it's up to you to know your worth. It's up to you to know your value. It's up to you to know that you belong. And so practices like tuning in to source, anything that does that for you, is how you can feel that feeling of belonging. Now, what are those ways that I do it? I hike. Let's be honest. I love my yoga practice, and if anything has changed my life, it's been a regular meditation practice. 20 minutes a day, almost every day. Almost. That's my way. But your way is what's important. Your way to finding your way to spirit and to hearing the voice that connects you and to finding your direct line could be church. It could be the synagogue. It could be fishing. It could be surfing. Usually it involves some sense of stillness. So the mindfulness practices that I've cultivated all help with stillness, because spirit is all around you, just waiting for you to hear them, him, her, whatever you want to call it. But spirit isn't going to get louder. Spirit is just waiting for you to hear the nudges and the whispers that it's offering to you all the time. So you have to get more quiet. Spirit comes in spaciousness. And once you find that spaciousness, once you find that stillness, you will start hearing the source. It may come in ways that you'd never imagined. It may come in signs or signals or a voice. I know that I sometimes have had known feelings of spirit, and at other times things have flown into my radar that have been signs. And then sometimes I've heard a voice. I'll never forget when I was in the hurricane in North Carolina, and I heard a voice tell me to fill up my tub with a liner right now. And my intellect came in and it said, are you really going to do that right now? This is only a windstorm, because we had no warning. We didn't know it was a hurricane. We didn't know it was coming for us. It was a total surprise. The weatherman did not do his job, right? But I thought, the intellect came in and said, oh, are you really going to fill it up right now? And spirit came in and said, fill it up now, please and thank you. And I did. And then after that, there was 3 months without running water. So spirit is there. It is waiting for you. I don't know the ways it's going to show up for you, but you will know it when you see it. If you have the inkling of an idea that spirit has just talked to you, then it's happened. Don't allow your intellect to come in and to talk you out of it, right? The nudges and the whispers, they're real. The only person they need to be real to is you. The only person that needs to love you is you. The only person that can decide you belong is you. So allow it, enjoy it, and relax. Thanks for joining me on my journey. If you like this video, check out some of my other ones. Like, subscribe, or leave a comment below. I'd love to know more about your journey and what you're up to and where you are. If you're interested in coaching services, check out the link in the description and my website. Many blessings and much love.